It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies, current releases, coming attractions, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, hey.
And our producer and the wind beneath our wings, Murray. Hello, Murray.
Yo.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Rage on.
Yes, we're going to rage this week, people. We got so much to rage about. I can't wait for this episode. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. This is our number 7 with a bullet episode. So, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy this one. We're going to talk about 3 movies that came out last week. And The Turning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buzz about this, man. It's...
There's not a lot of buzz.
There's
about
buzz,
this.
man, because no one has a fucking clue what it's about.
Well, yeah, okay, I can understand that.
Yeah. You know what? First of all, let's just give it a quick rating. What'd you give it? Did it make you rage a little bit?
No, it's a meh. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not like...
You didn't completely hate it.
No, I didn't completely hate it.
Yeah. It's a meh for me, too.
But it actually led to my rage that I'll be doing this week because...
That's okay.
You know.
You know what? Sometimes it goes in with a meh and comes out with a rage.
It can happen.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about how there's so much uncertainty in this, and the more, like, after the movie got out and I went home, I instantly ran to the internet and I was like, okay, I need to know more about this director. I need to know more about what this is all about. And of course, no one has a clue.
You drove us to this thing.
Yeah.
And I thought more entertaining than watching the movie was you trying to talk out what actually happened in the car ride home, basically.
Yeah,
where you're dropping me off at my place,
But I had a lot of good theories, didn't I?
yeah, you had some theories.
Good theories.
They were theories. Yeah.
So there's some. Obviously, we're gonna talk. We gotta give a bit of spoilers on this because
How can you spoil this? What did we watch?
everybody's gonna have a different idea of what happened in this movie, and the ending is very succinct and it ends, and you're just like, everybody in the theater just went, what?
That's it.
But you know what? I liked it. I like this pace of this. I like the creepiness of the characters. I like the fact that I don't like things to be just spelt out to me all the time.
No,
I want to use my own
absolutely.
brain, which is
that's
fairly huge, I might add.
Yeah, it's huge. You do have a big head. I don't know if there's a big brain within it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's huge.
All right, well, someday I guess we'll find out at the autopsy. At any rate, there's a lot of atmosphere in this movie.
Yeah, super atmosphere.
And that's all it was. It's just
but,
atmosphere.
I mean, for it to get a man with just atmosphere.
You know what? It got a meh because it made me think for a while.
Yeah, it did. It's still making you think.
No, it's not. Because
It is.
No, it really isn't. It made me think for about till I woke up the next morning, and then I'm like, why am I still thinking about this?
But it made you sleep and have pleasant dreams.
I don't know if I had any dreams that night. I was like
there was
5-6 days,
dreams.
yeah, maybe.
The wake up sticky in the sheets, or no?
I haven't had sticky sheets in a long time.
Well, that's too bad.
It's really too bad, isn't it?
So here's my take on this, and we talked afterwards about this. I think that she's still in the insane asylum with her mom, or she is her mom. It's one of those two things. I'd love to know what other people think who saw this movie. But I think that whole scene of her going in at the beginning of the movie to meet with her mom, and then they kept bringing that kind of back into it as you're going through it. And so the whole idea of it is it's a ghost story that you don't know if the ghost is real or if she's just going crazy. And I think that either A, she's still in the insane asylum because the last scene is Bam with her mom, or it's the mom going back in time. Again, it's a period piece. So again, I say to you, there's no reason this needed to be a period piece unless, and I'm justifying this because if it was the mom going back in time, then, and that's what caused her to be crazy. I'm positive now. The more I think about this, she was crazy in the insane asylum, and the whole movie was the mom reliving the experience. So, therefore, it was the mom, but it was real. So the ghosts are real,
Right.
and the mom's in an insane asylum,
Uh-huh.
and that's why it was a period piece. And now it justifies it as a period piece to me.
Okay, so here's my take.
Okay, let's have it.
I don't care. And that's why it's a meh, because in order to rage, I'd have to care.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good that that's what it is. But actually, the more I think about this, the more I'm actually liking it. And I want to watch it again when we get to stream it.
Yeah.
It comes out in probably a month.
We won't get to stream it. You'll stream it.
I'll stream it again in about a month because that's what.
Yeah, it shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, just to see if I liked it as much as I think I liked it.
It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It wasn't a rage. It was
We
just
probably should have done
meh.
a reversal on this and had you speak about the gentleman first, because it's like we got a little bit of flip flop here. We could have gone from Mondo to rage in stages,
Good to
but
bad.
now we're going deep into the deepest heart of the jungle.
You know what? It's
in Vietnam.
I wasn't raging on that, but yes,
Dark
Vietnam.
part of Bryce's soul.
Yeah.
So I saw this movie, and I don't believe any of you gentlemen
What was the
did.
crappy? I mean, what was the movie?
The movie was called The Last Full Measure.
Now, did my prediction hold true?
What was it again?
That this movie was going to suck and would be like having the Americans ram a pole up my ass as I watched it?
Yeah, that would make you correct in this case.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
So it's based on the true Vietnam War story of overdue recognition delayed by a political cover-up. As I mentioned last week, it has a stellar cast. Sam Jackson, William Hurt, Ed Harris, John Savage, etc., etc., etc.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. In this 2-hour movie, there is one scene that was perfection. And it really was. There was one scene in this movie that actually stayed with me. And I'm still trying to figure out whether watching the whole frickin' movie was worth this
5
one
minutes.
scene.
5 minutes?
So, yeah, at about an hour and 10 minutes, there's a scene with John Savage's character. His name's Kepper. So if you do watch it, watch for Kepper. That was so good, I couldn't believe that it was in this movie.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It shows that director Todd Robinson is capable of filming a truly moving scene, which begs the question, what's with the other hour and 50 minutes of this movie? I just don't get it. He got the tone. He got everything perfect.
Apparently, he should be doing short films, apparently.
Yeah, maybe he should make short films.
Yeah.
So, do you know what else this guy has done?
He did that Ed Harris submarine movie that leaves me right now.
What's his name?
Okay.
Kepper? No, that's the
That's Kepper is not his name. Todd Robinson is his name. So while you sit there and screw around with your little walk around phone, I will go on and say that as I was mentioning, he's got that scene, he's got it perfect, and then I'll be watching the scenes afterwards and think to myself, wow, what a powerful moment. And then all of a sudden he goes way over the top to the point that it becomes just laughable. I was literally laughing at moments in this movie that I should have been crying. It was ridiculous. Just so over the top.
That happens to me so often.
So here's the thing. However, if it does come to your streaming service, I don't recommend actually paying for this. Fast forward to about an hour and 10 minutes in, and watch the entire time John Savage is in the film. Okay, just watch the whole thing, and that's only going to be about 5 minutes, but it's great. So overall, the movie is not. It's got 5 minutes of Mondo and about 2 hours of rage, and I'm not sure what that even makes it.
Well, I'd say
It makes it a rage.
It's
You
definitely
can't
a rage.
Mondo over 5 minutes.
All right, rage.
Attaboy.
on.
Well, I knew there was going to be that before I even saw it, so that's why I didn't go. And I'm glad that you took this one for the team.
That's what I do.
Not always, but it sometimes happens.
Whatever, I'm selfless.
You
Damn it.
have to have a heart to be selfless.
My heart is big as Nebraska.
So I can't see anything that he's directed before this that was of any value. Phantom.
He makes rah Yankee
Amy
movies.
Cook. The
American
spaces
Hoopla.
in between. Lonely Hearts. These look like made-for-TV movies. Amargosa.
What's,
Wild Bill, Hollywood Maverick.
no,
Sounds like a doc.
What's the Ed Harris submarine movie?
It's not showing in here.
Oh, it is so.
Amy Cook, the spaces in between.
Are you on
Phantom?
director?
Is it
Whatever.
Phantom?
We move on.
Oh yeah, it is Phantom.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, it is Phantom.
Okay. Well, you know what? Just because Ed Harris is in it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
I didn't say it was.
He's been some terrible.
I didn't
terrible
even
stuff.
like the movie. I'm just telling you, that's what he directed that I saw before this. Listen to me, man.
What? Did
Just
you
for
say
a
something?
change. Yeah, just fight me.
I love how this got.
Oh,
See, I knew I'd get you to a rage on this
It's
one.
going to be a fun show.
All right, so The Gentleman.
Yes, the gentleman.
Yeah, so this was, we talked about
Fantastic.
it was pretty fantastic. There is a huge hole in the script at the end. Huge. It's
Ah.
massive.
Ah,
It's so massive.
Ah.
When I was watching the movie and the movie ended.
ah.
Okay, well, wait. First of all, it's a Mondo for me.
And it's a giant Mondo for me.
No, it's just a Mondo.
No,
it can't be.
it's huge.
No. Well, so Huge Grant and Richie
Grant.
are both back. I don't know. Maybe you thought Huge never left.
I
did.
thought he never left, but
There was a lot of
but
bad.
he just surpassed anything he's ever done in his entire life with this.
Yeah.
That was so
If
good.
this and Joe Pesci came out together, you'd have a competition.
I'd have a competition.
Oh,
Oh my
totally.
goodness, he
Like-
was good.
Yeah, he
Oh.
was so brilliant in this movie. As every single person in this movie was brilliant.
Oh, tell me about it.
Like even like Colin Farrell, which is
Oh,
not
yes.
as big a
Yeah.
part as you want, but the timing.
Nothing wrong with leaving you wanting more.
Yeah, this was so good.
Yeah.
And to think that like the movie he made before this was Aladdin is a little bit. It's
How do you
disturbing.
go? It is kind of.
It's very disturbing.
You've got this in you, and you made Aladdin.
And you made Aladdin. Yeah. Well, that he allowed himself to do Aladdin. Like there's a difference between his career wasn't going great when he made
No.
Aladdin. So they probably just said,
Here's a bucket of money.
here's a
bunch
bucket
of
of
money,
money
do
or
this.
just here's a job because we know you can't do anything these days.
There you go.
And then they gave him Aladdin, which we'll talk about later. And then he made this. So for those of you who haven't seen this yet, first off, you do have to see it because it's back to Guy Ritchie in his peak.
Oh, he's totally back.
He's totally
if
back.
you like Snatch, if you like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, you gotta watch this.
Yeah, you will absolutely love this movie.
Okay, now
But,
go on with your stupid little.
And it's not a stupid. It's huge. Like at
not
the end of the
huge.
movie, I can't believe in the revenge that you had problems with the whole movie because she fell off a cliff and landed on a spike and survived.
'Cause that
And a
was the-
movie that's all about revenge. Like if she died, the movie would have been over. There wouldn't have been a revenge.
Yeah, but then I
So-
wouldn't have been so upset.
Yeah, well, that made you upset because of a scene. I have to repeat this. There's a scene that they didn't show her healing herself twice.
Right.
And he got
Exactly.
so
She
mad
just
about
healed
it
one side, so she would have bled out.
But they edited it and went to a new scene. She did it between the scene edits.
That is inexcusable
Excusable.
filmmaking. I can't even get my words out.
Inexcusable.
Inexcusable.
Okay, so what made me mad about
Filmmaking.
this, and it's gonna spoil this for some people.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of twists in this movie. But the key element at the end, that's the twist, is that they've been following this one guy for the whole movie, and he's been like Hugh Grant's character is basically stringing us along with all this information. It's kind of a first person telling of the third person story, and he's like one step ahead of them the whole time. And at the end, they put the spin and go, yeah, but we were following you the whole time. And he's like, what? And so they're following him the whole time, and
No,
yet they
but-
didn't realize that he went and spoke to the mafia guys. It's like, wait, I'm surprised. What happened?
He could have missed a little.
No, that's a huge hole.
I think that.
Huge hole.
I think that they let him see what they wanted him to see.
Yeah, that's a stretch, buddy, because they would have put that in there. They would have, if you're gonna own that, you would have said it, because they said everything else, like, oh yeah, and then this happened, and then we were there, and oh, what's this happened, and we saw that, and they even showed it. They even did like a montage. Your favorite thing about that, like, oh, here's
I hate
this, and here's
montages.
a montage.
They're the worst.
They're the worst.
Just
so
stop it.
So they did it, and then there's a huge
There's your
gap with the
rage.
Russians that you're like, okay,
That
so
was a future rage, actually.
this may be a future rage for me too about this one, just because of this one scene in the movie.
You know what? It was fine. I was fine with it.
It's funny how he can like just brush off of his shoulders the breadcrumbs of Guy Ritchie when he's finally back,
Guy
but he
Ritchie
can't
was so good.
brush off.
Well,
He's back, baby.
that comes with somebody you really like, you're willing to forgive a lot of crap they do. 'cause
Hey,
you like
I
them.
hated Replicas, and it had Keanu in it. So
There you go. But
all right, well, let's talk about what's coming out next week.
All right, let's do that. So first off, we got Gretel and Hansel. So I guess we've got the old fairy tale being remade in a new way, and I don't know that I'm not looking forward to this, to be honest.
Is that a double negative?
It
like,
was.
is
I
it?
throw those in every now and then just
are
to make
you-
sure you're paying
you or
attention.
you not?
What's happening?
That means that I might be looking forward to it.
This looks so. Speaking of atmospheric, the
Yes.
trailer for this looks brilliant.
Yeah, and dude that directed it, and you seem to think that he didn't direct the Blackcoat's Daughter, but if you've seen the Blackcoat's Daughter,
No, I think he did.
because
I
you're
think
like
they just-
you're like
IMDb's
totally
got problems.
relying on IMDb, which is just not the way to go sometimes.
Well, apparently not.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody saw that, but the Blackcoat's Daughter, it's pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it's not spectacular, but
Yeah.
this guy hasn't made that many movies, and I'm actually looking for if that's kind of the jumping off point.
Yeah.
And just judging from the trailers, this one looks good. I'm looking forward to it.
And another great feature of horror: creepy kids.
Yeah, well,
Even if they're the protagonists, creepy kids in any movie, love it.
There
They
you
look
go.
like they haven't eaten for a while. They look dirty. It's like those
They're
creepy little
hungry.
kids. Those creepy little kids are probably gonna eat that witch. At least that's what I'm hoping.
that's usually how it goes.
witch. I've eaten a witch or two in my
Tasty,
day.
tasty witch meat.
That before you
I
went
don't
vegan.
doubt- I don't. Yeah, apparently before you went vegan. And so I think we're gonna see this, right? We'll see this. We'll double feature this baby.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Yeah. And then there's the rhythm section.
There is the rhythm section.
So I'm kind of excited about this.
Yeah.
But like Reed Morano directed it.
Yep, absolutely.
He also did, which I know I've seen this. I think We're Alone Now.
I have seen
With
it.
Peter
and
Dinklage.
With Peter Dinklage and Elle Fanning.
and he's, I mean,
yeah.
he's great and everything.
Yeah, he
But
is.
so as you know, Jude Law, I have a huge man crush on.
Yeah, I was
Like
aware of this.
he's one of those people that for me, I would go see it, like just because he's in it.
Q.
And who else? Someone else is in this. Blake Lively.
Yeah, Blake Lively.
She's
This is
kinda,
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
You know, actually, you know what? Since she's breaking me down slowly.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, when she first came onto the
Since
scene
Green
with,
Lantern.
well, yeah, but
I didn't hate Green Lanterns.
first
much
thing I
as
saw her
everybody
in was that Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I'm not
yeah.
even sure why I was, watching that.
Who
but
doesn't like pants? And
Yeah.
you thought they were probably walking around.
I thought, whatever.
It was a walk-in movie.
Yeah.
There you go. Traveling pants. They must be walking. Yeah.
That's right.
It's two great things you love together, pants and
but,
walking.
But that's the first time I saw her, and she was awful in it. Like she was so bad in it, and it didn't get much better for a lot of years. And then all of a sudden, as I say, slowly but surely, she's been breaking me down over the last 5 or 6. Like even that movie where she was like stuck in the ocean with the sharks around. She was good in that.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh,
Shallows.
The Shallows.
I
That's
love
it.
The Shallows.
Yeah.
She's brilliant
She
in
was,
that.
and that's where she kind of really started to turn
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And everything I've seen her, she's slowly breaking away because I
Yeah.
had a really negative first impression, but now I kind of like
Maybe
her.
she'll
She's
learn
all
how
right.
to act. I don't know.
I think she's getting there. She's getting there.
Well, looks like it's another rah-rah woman revenge film, which are one of my favorite genres.
I know they
I
are.
love it when women get mad. And
Women
beat
kicking
the
ass.
snot
It's
out of
just-
everybody.
It's right up Jim's alley.
I do. I want to see some good deaths and murders and stabbings and punchings.
There
I
you
want to
go.
see her kick and punch and kick. And she's
And-
not even 50.
And punch.
And she's not
So
even
much-
50.
So much violence.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to both these two.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're not going to talk about it, but because we're not going to get it. But the only other thing that's coming out in Canada is Le Rire.
Yeah, whatever.
That
Does that mean butt?
Maybe. Posted the derrière, maybe. Monsieur. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that next week, and I'm excited to see it this weekend. Let's
Cute.
talk streaming. Streaming. So, did you get a chance
Let's
to see
enjoy
this?
this music for a little bit first.
Oh
again.
yeah, the
It's
porn
awesome.
star music. I love it.
Streaming music is the best. Turn it up.
Turn it up, Merman.
People want to hear it. Nice.
That bass is sweet.
Cool sound.
It is so good.
It makes me want to just talk in a really low voice.
I tell
Get
you.
all deep.
All right, go ahead.
And then deliver some pizza. The King. Did you get a chance to see this?
No.
Okay, so I want to tell you, number one, it's a period piece.
So that's a tick on the old
big
negative
no.
side for
That's true. But it had Robbie
Matters not to
Pattinson.
me. I like period
I know
pieces.
you do. Robert Pattinson's in it. So
They
that's
usually,
the whole
they
reason.
usually move at a nice methodical pace.
Oh,
it's,
man.
It's lovely.
I really wanted you to see this because this is a huge rage for me. I hated everything about this movie. The only great thing for me about this was Robert Pattinson's terrible French accent that he has to put on.
Oh, really? It's worth watching just for that?
so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, I could get on board with
I was
that.
like, okay. And literally, I raged about this not that long ago. It's like they have a British guy playing a French guy doing a terrible French accent for her. It's just like, I mean, he's a bit character.
Yeah.
I mean, he's brilliant because, like, literally, I'm not sure if he was supposed to be funny, but I couldn't stop laughing at how bad he was. But it's about a piece of history that I have care absolutely nothing about. That the British invade France and have a war for like 2.5 hours. It was just boring. There was nothing happening. It was painful for me to watch. Just painful. So I really think you want to see it because it's so
it's that
slow and
bad.
methodical. There is so much walking in this movie.
Is there a lot of walking?
They're walking
walking movie.
everywhere.
You have
and
piqued my
nothing's-
interest.
Nothing's happening, and it's just everything about this movie made me rage. The
Okay,
fact-
I absolutely did not want to watch this movie, but you have convinced me that I have to watch this movie.
to see if you have the same.
No, because I
feelings
think
of
I'm going to
hatred.
like it.
You may actually like this. This would be a really good controversy discussion for a later podcast.
I'm not going to rush into it, but
Because
I'm sure there'll be a time.
I may rage just specifically about how bad this movie was.
A specific rage. Well, I did that last week with a specific thing, so why not?
Why not? Well, let's talk about. We already kind of gave a sprinkling of our friend Richie in here.
Yeah, the movie Guy Ritchie directed before he directed The Gentleman, Aladdin. I don't even know what to say about it. It was not good. You know what? It started, and there were pretty colors everywhere, so that was nice.
And then
well,
Will
wait a
Smith
s-
tried to
What?
sing
Yeah, that was awful.
and not rap, but
Before
sing.
Will Smith started to sing, I actually didn't mind the little chase scene where he's running through the village and everything. I thought that was well executed, and it was kind of good.
It felt a good Guy Ritchie feel
And
to it.
Exactly. It had a little Guy Ritchie feel to it. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe, Guy Ritchie's got the reins of this puppy. It's got
Something
a chance.
good's gonna happen.
And then it was bad.
So I watched this with my brother-in-law,
Yeah.
Paul, and I think he actually loved the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not because he likes. I think it's a family show and he likes family movies. So
Fair enough.
It was. I'm gonna rage about this later. This is my whole rage.
Yeah.
It's not specifically about Aladdin, but
I know.
Like I just don't understand. You've got a
There's no-
great animated show that
Yeah.
had a great cast. Robin Williams. The music was. I'm not a big fan
no,
of Disney
the
music.
music
but,
was the music.
But it had stuff in it that was catchy enough to sing along to if you had a
I like the
4-year-old.
Little Mermaid soundtrack for some reason. None of the other ones, but come on. Under the sea.
It's not dirty though.
Under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
It's not dirty
Up
to
on
be
the
a
shore, they work all day.
The Little
Under
Mermaid,
the
you
sun,
know?
they slave away. Okay, whatever.
It's like Bryce's drugs are kicking in.
Perhaps I think the sugar high we fed him before.
Sugar high, yeah.
Yes.
I love
we
it, though.
bought you a cookie. It's got sugar. What?
Yeah.
Got what in it? I don't do sugar.
But it's vegan.
By the way, I only had one bite.
And now he's already high.
That's
Yeah,
it.
no,
That's all it took.
it's gone to my head.
All right.
But I'm sure glad we gave it to you because you perked up a bit.
That's right.
Sorry, what were we talking about?
We were talking about Aladdin, but
you
we're
were
moving
singing.
on to
Let's
an
move
eye
on.
for an eye. Did you see this?
No, I wanted to, but I'm sorry. You got to go on. You got to go solo.
Okay,
on
I'm
this
going
one.
solo on this one. So it's directed by Paco Plaza, who directed Veronica, Rec 1, 2, and 3. I love this movie. Actually, first of all, both of us, I'm assuming Aladdin is a rage.
Rage.
Perfect. Eye for an Eye, super Mondo. I love this movie.
I'm gonna see it, but
I
yeah.
loved this movie. I love him as a director. The pace.
Done no wrong.
It's got a good slow burn that you're gonna like.
Right
It's got
up
a
my
couple.
alley.
It's got a couple of scenes that are gonna blow your mind, and it ends on a perfect note. In fact, it's probably one of the most disturbing scenes in a movie you'll ever see in your life, ever.
All right.
2 scenes back to back. The last 10 minutes of this movie if you can withstand it. Can I give a spoiler? Because it's just
No. In this case, you know what? We can spoil it for our audience, but you're not spoiling it for me.
Well, take your headphones off and plug your ears.
Okay, I'm gonna take my headphones off and plug my ears.
Everybody else can listen.
Don't start talking
You give me
until
the
I do
eyes.
this.
You give me the eyes. I'll spoil it for everybody else.
He actually did.
Can
it,
you hear
folks.
me? His ears are plugged and his headphones are off.
I guess so.
There is a live birth session in this
really?
movie. Yes, but that's not the most
Wow.
creepiest thing. I'm not going to tell the other creepy thing. We'll talk about it next week because Bryce is going to see that this week.
Okay.
But it is disturbing.
Okay.
Okay, poke him, Murray. Poke him with a stick.
All right.
I'm done.
We're
Yeah,
done.
I gave the spoiler. So that was the spoiler for the listeners. Bryce is going to get that pleasant surprise when he sees it. But the end, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, one of the most disturbing shots in
The end of the
movie
movie.
history. The very last 10 seconds of this movie is one of the most disturbing, and I just loved it. It was like, I was already mondoing about it, and then it was just like, my jaw just dropped and went, did he really just do that?
I'm definitely watching.
Oh, yeah.
Wreck was quite disturbing too. So
Yeah, Wreck is
like quite awesome.
Yeah, this guy is. I want to see everything he's ever done.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm with you.
Safety not guaranteed.
Yeah, I streamed that this week. I don't know why. I just was kind of flipping through. I had a free 2 hours, and I'm like, I better watch a movie.
I did too, actually.
Did you watch Safety Not Guaranteed?
Yeah,
So I liked it. It's a typical Duplass Brothers production. You know, quirky characters, humorous situation, satisfying ending. It's good.
It was a what?
I'm gonna Mondo it slightly. I'm not a huge Mondo, but yeah, I'm Mondoing.
You're gonna Mondo this?
Yeah.
It really the story of this.
I liked it.
I'm gonna give it a meh.
The reason I Mondo it before you go into your meh is just I love the characters. I love the characters, all of them.
They're
That's
okay. They're just okay.
All right, go ahead.
To me, like, I get the quirkiness of it. Like, I was hoping it would have been more quirky. Yeah, it's like they put in these quirky characters, but they didn't dial the quirkiness level up to make it that much more fun. And the other problem that I had with it was it's like they literally, you knew everything that was going to happen in this movie, and I hate quasi rom-coms. This was a rom-com. It's basically what you're seeing here. It's okay, sci-fi rom-com that really. Yeah, you get like 2 minutes. Well, actually, 30 seconds of sci-fi, but it's basically it's a rom-com.
Yeah, and while looking back,
The script is a rom-com.
I could have done without what's her head? Aubrey Plaza. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, falling for the guy. That didn't even really need to happen.
That really destroyed the whole movie. Actually,
you know,
I almost gave it a rage just because I like the quirkiness of the characters, but I'm not a big rom-com fan at all.
Because everybody in it was so good.
Yeah, I mean,
but you know what?
What's his name?
You're not incorrect in your assessment.
Jake Johnson. Are you dropping your Mondo to?
You keep on talking. Convince me.
Okay, so obviously Jake Johnson.
Did you almost say Jake Gyllenhaal?
Almost.
Jake Johnson.
You wanted to.
Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson.
He's actually as I'm watching
he was the weakest part of the movie.
He was actually. In
but
fact,
everybody else was great.
You know he reminded me of as I was watching it.
I don't.
Mr. Potato Head himself.
Head.
Yeah. He's like a younger version of Mr. Potato Head to me. So it's just like he plays the same character. He's like, wait, are you on the New Girl right now, or are you on this movie? Like, you're the same character in every movie.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Actually,
Who's Mr. Potato Head?
Oh wait,
I believe he's now in the show with Colby Smulders.
You are not
he
comparing
even
him
looks
to
like
Mark Ruffalo, the fine thespian actor.
No, I'm comparing him to Mark Ruffalo, who's basically a potato in every movie he does. He just happens to be probably the smartest. I'm not saying he's the most talented. He's probably the smartest actor in Hollywood.
He does pick good roles.
He picks great roles.
Good movies too.
Yeah, great movies. It's too bad he's in it. It's like,
the
and that's how I
directors are
felt.
casting him.
That's how I felt about Jake Johnson.
Because he's steady Eddie and he moves that story forward.
Steady Eddie is not what I want to see.
That's
I want
exactly
to see
what I want to see.
I want to see.
You always want to see everything
I want to see
dynamic
fucking
and stuff,
dynamic.
stuff exploding and Give me a break.
From somebody that's so dynamic, how can you be in love with potato?
Potatoes are awesome.
Yeah, sometimes. Not compared to French fries or like
No,
poutine.
Also potato.
Give me a
Okay.
potato over a French fry. What are you
Any
talking
day.
about?
That's true. I kind of like baked potatoes. So yeah, it was a meh for me.
Yeah, I'm still giving it a Mondo. I really enjoyed the characters. I was satisfied at the
See
end.
at your own risk is what I'll say.
I was satisfied.
This is a quick one. I just got to mention that I seen it. Is Iron Fists and Kung Fu Kicks. So if you like Kung Fu,
And I don't.
then you would hate this.
Excellent.
But it's basically the history of Kung Fu in cinema, which is kind of, actually, I kind of thought it was cool.
That might be okay.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Like it talked about the very first of where it started in the production houses in Hong Kong, kind of where everything started, and it's kind of fun. It's pretty fast paced, so you didn't get bored. But there's a lot of film content. So to be a film fan specific to Kung Fu, I'd say.
Was there actual action in it, or are they just all sitting around talking
Yeah,
about it for 2
no.
hours?
There's
I'm sure
actually
they show,
action.
They show clips.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure.
show a lot of clips, a lot of clips, and a lot of character actors and so they went through the Bruce Lee era. They went through the what's his name,
Kung Fu guy.
Kung Fu guy.
Carradine?
No, well, they went through Carradine and how he stole that script. Well, him and the production house stole the script from Bruce Lee, who actually wanted to do that, but he couldn't speak great enough English, so he went back to Hong Kong. Jackie Chan, sorry, they did show the Jackie
right.
Chan.
Okay.
They show, like it was very informative.
I remember when I was a kid, I was so excited when we got to see Jackie Chan movies in the local theater. I don't know why I was so excited, but I was.
because he's brilliant.
It kind of is.
He is like, there's nobody that does comedy kung
yeah.
fu.
Oh, those Drunken
Nobody.
Master movies were great.
Yeah.
They're
Anytime
so
he's
good.
drunk, he is a master. Like he's
Yeah.
a brilliant actor too.
He is.
Like his timing is just spot on.
You know, I actually met him. No, I didn't meet him. That's a lie.
You met
I
him from afar?
No, he came into the place I used to work like 15 years ago. He was filming a movie in town, and
You almost met him.
He came in and bought a pair of sunglasses.
Did you smell his after scent? Is that maybe what you had?
No, I think I just saw. I think over time I saw a picture with my boss in it. She got a picture with him.
Yeah.
And over time, my mind has put me
That
in
you've
that
ta-
picture as well.
All right.
But now that I think about it, I wasn't in that picture.
Your day off.
I hate when that happens.
It's
yeah.
amazing what the mind does. And you think, wait a second. No, I didn't see him. Whatever.
Yeah, I know he was in
I wish
town.
Now I totally regret bringing this up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I think it's kind of good actually.
He wasn't down for 2 Shanghai movies, so that might have been it.
Well, yeah, I mean, they
Yeah,
filmed
no,
those-
it was one of those.
They filmed him. He was here, right? Like,
Yeah, it was an old west
Yeah,
set
yeah.
outside of town.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he's great. And
He's awesome.
What's that one he made just recently?
I don't
The Executioner, was it?
I don't know. I have no clue.
What do you mean you don't have a clue?
I don't
You
have a clue.
remember
You know what? Jackie Chan's fallen off my radar over the last 10 years or so. Because then he made that
Since-
tuxedo movie, and that
Yeah.
kind of sort of pushed me over and like,
Since
The
Rush Hour
Foreigner.
3.
It was The Foreigner.
The Foreigner. Oh, yeah.
That was a great film.
Was it?
He was like
who else was in it? I
The
don't remember.
Foreigner was
Maybe I saw it. Maybe I
Kathy
didn't.
Leung,
Kathy Leung,
Rufus Jones,
Rufus Jones.
Jack Tandy.
Yeah, okay, you can stop. I didn't see it.
Martin Campbell is the director. Yeah, it was good actually. It was really good. It's
Oh,
like
I did see
his
the
daughter.
No, I saw it.
Yeah, his daughter dies, and then he
that
he
was
wants
so- that was
retribution.
awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, it was a good
and
revenge
so,
movie.
It was so dark too.
Yeah, no, I forgot all about that. How could I forget about that?
I don't know.
I just
You forgot you met him too, so that's.
Exactly.
Or maybe you remembered
I
you
thought
met
that
him.
I did meet him, and I didn't.
Well, I'm sure he didn't forget about you.
He'll never.
Well,
forget about
he
you.
never saw me, so
But I'm
sure he still
I'm sure
remembered.
they talked about you.
I'm sure
Absolutely
they did.
did.
That's what people. When I leave the room, I am the top of your conversation. At least that's how I picture it in my
That
mind.
is true.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I buy that.
Sure.
The World Beneath Your Feet. You finally got to see it.
Oh, the world beneath your
Yay.
feet. Yes, but yes, it's actually the world before your feet. I noticed that you did write that down wrong.
I have to make mistakes every now and then
Yeah, well, you got to prove that you're
often.
human. Let us.
on the inside.
Yeah. So I hear. Do you remember where that played here in Calgary, Mer?
I
Was it Cuff or Sif?
I want to say cuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a Cuff movie.
I don't think it was a dog soup. I think it was a Cuff.
Yeah.
I think Murray's usually good at that.
Yeah. We're counting on you,
Mr.
Murr.
Trivia.
Come on, man. So, yeah, no, I love this documentary. Absolutely love it.
Even Murray loved it, right?
I did, and I don't like documentaries.
Just to break it down quickly for the people at home, we basically follow Matt Green as he walks every street, park, and cemetery in all 5 boroughs of New York City. That's about 8,000 miles, and that's a lot of walking.
It's a lot of walking.
I was in film watching heaven as I viewed this movie. It was a 6-year trek that had him, him appreciating the people, the nature, the architecture, and the beauty that's all around us that we tend not to notice as we're whizzing past it in our automobiles. I absolutely adored this movie. It was a major Mondo for me.
Yeah, it was a Mondo for me too.
And that is 3 Mondos.
Yeah, I think actually, if I remember correctly, I actually screened this for Cuff.
Did you?
Yeah. I love this movie too.
So good.
Yeah. And it's not like your traditional, like, I don't know, most people who don't love walking around as much as you do would probably think this is going to be boring, but
that's the whole thing. It's not just for me. I think because Murray.
Yes.
Nothing you could probably think of that would be more boring than a movie about some dude walking around New York, and that's
actually what I was thinking going into it.
There you go. And you came out thinking?
I'm thinking, this wasn't bad for a documentary. It actually was entertaining.
By the way, that is a major, major, major Mondo coming from Murray.
That's right.
Yeah. Super Mondo, actually.
That's right.
Yeah.
Super Mondo.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about something that's not something we streamed last week. We're going to go back. We're having too much fun here, so I think we got to get back into some rage.
Some raging.
It's about time to rage.
Mm-hmm.
Rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Yeah, this is my newest bone of contention. And I know I have a lot of bones of contention, but this one in particular, first off, we talk a lot of times here about why they remake movies. And if you're going to remake a movie and, the whole thing shot for shot type scenario, that's annoying as it is. But to take an animated feature that has like cute little talking animals and other cute little talking and singing and all that stuff, like, great. This is Disney at its finest. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's cute. The kids get all of the cartoon stuff out of it, and the adults get usually the adult humor that they kind of poke into it every now and then. So you kind of go, that was funny. It was kind of dirty in a cartoon.
I don't think we even got that in Aladdin, really.
No, we didn't get that in Aladdin. Well, there was some in the original Aladdin.
Yeah, I think we got more in the original Aladdin.
Yeah, we did, because Robin Williams in it. He was like freaking hilarious in it. And then like, so they did the Lion King. They've done this. And then when we were actually watching the movies on the week, Jungle Book, thanks, Mer.
Yeah,
on the
Jungle
weekend,
Book.
and I'm sitting in the theaters, and guess what comes on? Mulan, and I'm just like, what are they doing?
I think it'll be pretty to look at.
It'll be pretty. Yeah, it'll be pretty to look at. It's like I want to watch it with everything turned off, and I'm just watching it. And
I did that with Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. Sorry.
That's a great movie.
Well, it's a great movie if you watch it without having to hear the dialogue.
It's 100% CGI, so it's.
It was just cool to look at.
Yeah, like if you're gonna do. But
I didn't want to hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
I just wanted to just look at
the
it.
dialogue is pretty boring.
Anyway, sorry I interrupted.
Yeah, no. But that just adds on to my rage. Stop interrupting me when I'm trying to rage. But I don't get it. I just don't get it. And the thing that makes it worse is that they it's like they took the original cartoon and they made like cartoon tea out of it. And I don't mean this to be a slap against David's tea, but one of my buddies once made an analogy that David's tea is kind of like taking the smells and flavors that you expect when you smell the tea, and then you taste it afterwards, and it just tastes like watered down smell. That's how I feel about these cartoons they're taking and turning into live action. It's like they take these
watered down smell.
They're just watered down smell of these terrible cartoons. Like the cartoons in itself were good as an animated. Next thing you know, guess what? if Mulan, when they're finished doing Mulan,
Yep.
if they do Finding Nemo,
Oh, they will.
in a live
they
action
will.
feature, I may just lose my mind.
I'm not sure how they're going to accomplish it.
I don't know either, but who are they going to replace Ellen with? That's something they're going to get Woody Allen in it as the female version of.
They can't do
Like
that one.
you,
They might do the Little Mermaid though.
it's funny how you can literally picture when she's doing her stuttering, neurotic stuff,
Yeah.
and the other side of your brain you're hearing Woody Allen when he's doing his neurotic stuttering stuff.
Yeah.
Would almost be a perfect evolution if Woody Allen would have been the actual original character. The evolution could be that Ellen would do it, but you can't go back now.
Yeah.
It's just they just need to stop doing it, and they need to stop just remaking movies in general.
Yep.
Cartoons specifically.
Well,
But there's so many.
it almost gets to another ridiculous level when you're remaking a cartoon, though. It's
Yeah,
like,
well-
it's a cartoon for a movie or for a movie.
It's
a cartoon for a reason.
They
you know,
they kind of had the stupid parrot flying around in it that
Yep.
was talking, and you're just like, first off, parrots can't talk. They're not smart enough. They can mimic, is what they do. They don't physically have conversations. So if you're gonna go
A
there
flying
and try and make
carpet
it
is okay.
realistic in the show, then why didn't they add in that the monkey should have been talking? and
monkey should have been talking.
Everybody should have been talking. The tiger should have been
If you-
talking.
like, why is it just the parrot?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right.
You
It's
know what?
like-
That didn't even cross my mind. Now I'm kind of pissed off myself.
I love it. I'm feeding your rage for leading
If
into
you're gonna
yours.
go all the way. Don't just stick part in and just thrust right in there, man.
Exactly. Okay, I'm just doing a quick search of something before I pass this back to you. I want to just do a search as to how many books were released worldwide in 2019.
Like
What?
books?
What?
Just books. How many books were written?
Keep on typing while I try to comprehend why we're doing this.
Oh, well,
Yeah, who
you're going to
knows?
hear.
I can't wait to hear why we're doing it. Okay, books.
Okay, so there's just too many to list.
Turn that clock up.
There's too many. There's actually total approximately. This
Tick,
is all
tick.
over. This is all over. This can't be right. This is a fact.
20
There's like
million.
millions. There's like millions of
There's
books.
millions of books. You could have just said that, but
And nobody reads
this
them.
was
No, but what I'm saying is, when
Yes,
they keep
what are you saying?
they keep throwing money at stuff. It's like, oh, this movie was so good 20
So
years
what you're
ago.
saying is they should take some books and make movies out
How
of them.
about that? There's great new ideas coming out every day.
Sign me up.
Or
I-
how many
That's
books have
correct.
you read in your lifetime that you're like, man, this book I read
Would've made a good
50
movie.
years ago would still make a good movie. They
Yep.
could still make that movie.
There are a lot of books out there.
They're spending this
is
money
true.
on live actioning stuff that doesn't need to be done.
Yep.
And that's my rage. I'm passing it over
That's
to you.
your
All right.
age.
Dum, dum, dum. So my rage.
Was a surprise.
Yeah, it's. I wasn't really that angry this week, to be
Is
honest.
your rage going to make me rage at you?
Yeah, probably. Because my rage is about they're just making too many ghost stories these days. Every month I'm getting a ghost story, and I'm not really digging any of them. I still, I've probably become jaded over the years, and perhaps it takes more these days to, get the hair on my arms standing on end. But I'm just past big creepy mansions and creepy kids and
No, it can't be past creepy kids.
and ghost stories and. Where's the suspense gone? We watched this thing there was no suspense. We watched The Grudge. There was no suspense. If you're going to have something like this, there's got to be some suspense. Something. Anything.
Yeah, probably the last one in Paranormal Activity, right? The first one.
And I didn't even... that did nothing
The first
for me.
one, but the first one was
No,
kind of cool.
yeah, it was, yeah.
First one was kind of
I
cool.
like the second one, actually.
I
Yeah.
didn't like any of them.
Was there more breastises in the second one there, Mark?
I don't know, not really. Just it tied in with the first one, and it made it even more evil than the first one.
Oh,
So.
there you go. So,
So the only... when I'm
so is
watching...
it
these-
ghosts or satanic ones that you're more...
Satanic ones are fine. It's more just the ghosts in the haunted mansion stuff. It just does nothing for me.
Like
There's
the o-
nothing scary
Like the
anymore.
other.
And that's the whole thing. They're just...
Yeah, the
They've
others.
run their
I like
course. They're not scary. It's all atmosphere, which is fine. And you know what? They're often very well made. They look immaculate. There's some scenes that, when I'm
Budget.
watching it, I can appreciate them on a certain level. I can watch that scene and go, wow, that looks awesome. That was really well shot. But that's not what I should be doing in a horror movie. Horror movie's supposed to scare me. It's supposed to get some sort of emotion going in me, not just like, look at that really well executed scene.
I think you know what I think has happened in horror just in general is just that we've seen everything horror. There's nothing that's really going to shock us or surprise us.
Well,
I think that's really what it's come down to.
Well, it maybe to a certain extent, but it really has with like ghost stories because they're just not they're doing nothing with them. Like it's just
I don't know what they can do.
If you've seen one, you've seen them all for the last. And we get so many. It's more about the amount. If I got one of these every 5 or 6 months, cool. We got 2 last month. We got The Grudge, and we got whatever the heck we did, The Turning.
The Turning.
Yeah. Like, did we really need 2 in January? What is it? So if there's 2 in January,
it's a spooky January, man.
Does that mean we're gonna get 24 of them this year? Maybe.
Maybe at Halloween we're gonna get 24.
So
I get your rage.
I'm just done with them.
I feel it. Okay, so here's one. What do you think about the idea? Because horror movies now, I think, are better when they're comedy horror ones. Not necessarily like Zombieland 2, for example. Double Tap.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
So hilarious. I actually watched it again last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I bought it.
There's a shocker.
Yeah, and it's still funny. It's
Yeah.
still funny. But that's the thing is that ghosts, I don't know, like you've got the whole scary movie thing that happened, but
Dear
that just
Lord.
became dumb.
Yeah.
But like maybe
It
having
became dumb. I think it started dumb.
But the reason we liked The Grudge a bit was because it was funny. Because it was dumb. Come on, there was funniness in there.
There was funniness, but
It wasn't intentional. That was the problem.
Yeah, but that's
well, sometimes that's the best.
yeah.
But
They took themselves seriously.
there wasn't
Yeah.
enough there. I didn't laugh enough to. Yeah, it was awful.
I just kind of wish there would be more comedy in. If they're not going to be super scary, which I don't think will ever happen again, I'll never be super scared of anything. That's my. I'm hoping. That's why I keep going to ghost stories.
Well, that's why you
just to
keep
see
on
it.
going, is you're hoping that you're going to be creeped out to the point where it's actually scary.
The
but-
Haunting, the original Haunting,
Yeah. Oh, great.
best ghost story ever done.
That was good. It was
So good.
absolutely. But that, yeah.
It's because you didn't see anything. You didn't know. Like it wasn't. They didn't.
And that's what I'm saying. It has run its course.
They need a
And
Hitchcock
we
style.
We don't need 2 of them to
They
start
need a-
off the year.
They need a Hitchcock style ghost story where you're, or if. No, I'm not going to say his word aloud because you'll be talking about him for an hour. But to have somebody
you're
who
talking
knows how
about.
to build suspense,
Yes.
to be able to have it so you don't see him, but you see the after effects, or you feel the atmosphere of it, might make a difference.
It might.
You just lost your buzz. We got to give you some more candy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, that's. I feel your rage. I feel it.
Subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Okay, so we've got a new list we started last week. I went on my own designs and I started this new list. Yeah, I'm sure you know what it is.
The Mesmerized.
The Mesmerized list.
Yes.
So yeah, I kind of threw it out there to some of our listeners, and I still like anybody who does actually listen to us. Make a comment on
Absolutely.
our social media.
Throw us some ideas.
Throw us some ideas. Let us know what you like, what you don't like.
We'll get to it.
So
We got nothing else to do.
yeah,
That's
like
true.
24/7 a day. So the actors that we added last week to
Yeah,
the
refresh my
Mesmerized
memory.
list. Number 1 was Viola Davis, our first female on the Mesmerized list. We've all agreed to it.
Yes, absolutely.
Jeffrey Rush, Gary Oldman, and Daniel Day-Lewis are so far on our Mesmerized list.
It's a hell of a list.
These actors and actresses are voted on by us Film Rage crew that when they are on screen, take over the screen no matter what is happening, all the time. Basically, we are mesmerized by them whenever they're on the screen.
Right.
And there's not a lot. When we talk about this, it's hard to be an actor that's doing that, giving those performances to that level.
So how are we going to do this? Are you going to like throw one out?
I've
or-
got one.
Okay.
I've got one. Actually, one of our listeners actually threw one out for us. And actually, I thought of one too. Actually, the first one that was thrown out by one of our listeners was Kathy Bates. So, I tend to agree with it. I think Kathy Bates is one of those people that when she's on screen, she owns the screen.
Dirty birdie.
Yeah. And again, we talked a little bit about this. She comes from stage, man. You got to own the stage, or otherwise you get overlooked.
I love Kathy Bates.
And
She is mesmerizing.
all right, Merman.
Eh.
Well,
Is it a meh or is it a
I
rage?
can't say she's a terrible actress. I just don't like a lot of stuff she's in.
Okay,
But
but
I will
when she's
agree
on screen,
when she's on screen, she owns
she's
the screen.
mesmerizing.
Yeah.
All right, well, next week we're gonna add Kathy to it.
cool.
The one that I came up with was because I watched that terrible show you guys were raving about, Mondoing at Snowpiercer again. I was like, you know what? Maybe I missed something the first time I saw this.
It was so good.
It was not good.
It was really good.
terrible.
I
and
liked it.
It wasn't science worthy.
It was
science
total-
nonsense.
it was
and,
awesome.
And well, I mean, I should say it. I didn't hate it. I just hated a lot about it.
I kind of want to eat one of them bars they were eating.
The human jelly bars. Yeah. Anyway, what made me think, because Tilda Swinton is in this.
Yes,
Yes.
she is.
And have you ever seen a movie with Tilda Swinton that's funny. Bryce had the name written too.
I'm just showing him the piece of paper that I have Tilda Swinton
Oh
on.
snap! We got 3 women and 3 men.
We did not discuss this.
Did
at
not
all.
discuss this at all,
That's just spooky.
isn't it?
Tilda Swinton is so
Mesmerizing.
So mesmerizing.
Yeah.
She is awesome. So yeah, no, Tilda Swinton goes on. Right,
Constantine.
Murray?
Yeah, I will agree.
Constantine.
All right. Oh yeah. That's the thing. She can
The
be like,
dead don't die. Hello.
Dead. Oh yeah, she owned that movie. If it
See,
wasn't for her, that movie would have been a rage.
Dead Don't Die was a rage for me, but Tilda Swinton was mesmerizing. If I
Yeah.
could have got an hour and a half of her story,
Yes.
how awesome would that be?
Oh.
I want that to be the lead character.
Well, we just have to ask him to actually remake the movie with her, or
Yeah.
make a part 2.
Yeah,
There you go. Come on, Jim Jarmusch.
The
Get
only
on
one
it.
left is who hasn't been killed, probably.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Well, she
she's-
got beamed up in the spaceship, so she's safe.
Yep.
All right, so
True
we got
that.
we got 2 ones for our mesmerized list. We'll get right on that.
Q.
So people throw us some ideas. We'll vote on it. I wanted to talk a little bit because we
Yeah,
talked about the changes to the Undoubted list,
And then we never really
and
talked
then we
about
never
them.
talked about them. We already had too much stuff going on last
Yeah,
week.
we kind of went over
So
last week.
the one point that we added, which I have to say, I'm still against, but I got outvoted, was
That's the way it
voice
goes.
acting in a film does not count as a real movie.
Yes. So
So if they are in it and it's a rage, then they are not removed.
nope.
So
Yeah.
you can check out our.
Animation doesn't count.
They chose to do a movie. Okay, we've already had this argument.
Whatevs.
I lost. I feel dirty about it, but
You are dirty.
it's true. So we are. Who we got on our Undoubted list? Do you have a nomination for this week?
No.
We talked about Taki last week.
We did.
We need one more.
Yeah, he needs another movie, which he's doing this week.
Yeah.
Or this year.
Well, that one. Have you been able to find that movie he did that we haven't seen yet?
I've looked and looked and looked, and I tried to like just go anywhere to see it, and then all of a sudden I went onto one website where I thought I could watch it, and all of a sudden it was saying that my computer was like full of viruses because.
Oh, that's not good.
So
No,
I'm
that's
giving
not
up
good
on
at
it
all.
until I can get a reputable
Yeah,
place to watch
and that's
it.
been out for 2 years, and we still can't see it.
2018 is when it was, touring the festival circuit.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Maybe it hasn't actually come out yet.
Maybe they
Maybe
didn't get a
that's
deal.
why. Maybe no one picked it up. I don't
That's
know.
true.
all right.
Okay, well, we'll have to rack our brains this week. So, listeners, please give us an Undoubted. And now, just to remind you, again, the Undoubted list, if they're in a film, we want to watch it. They must have 8 consecutive Meh or Mondo ratings in a row. If they have 2 Meh ratings back to back, they're removed from the list. And 1 Rage rating will instantly remove them from the Undoubted. And all 3 Film Rage crew must agree to the artist to them to be added. So
Them's the rules.
them's the rules. It's not easy to get on. So far, we only have a very small list, and we had one removed recently. Michael Shannon, Noah Baumbach, and Sam Rockwell are the only ones on there. So it looks like we got to find a woman. We got it's a challenge. Get us a woman on our Undoubted list.
Yes, I need a woman.
Well,
Don't
we know
we
that,
all?
but we need a woman on our Undoubted list. So let's find one.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that too.
That's what you meant.
All right, what do we got next? What are we on?
You Get your fan question.
Oh, super
Oh,
fan.
sorry. I thought it was Merman.
Yeah, I thought so too. I had a super fan.
question.
Super fan had a question. So they asked me, ask me what my blowed up real good, because I love to see shit blowed up real good.
Yeah, it's noisy, and I don't like a lot of noise.
I love it.
It's
So this
Michael Bay.
this is not in any order.
All
And
right.
when I say blowed up real good, it may not have been what they were wanting it to be, but I also included head explosions because
Of course you do.
if I don't just like things blown up, I do love to see them head explosions. So this is not in any
Head
specific
explosions
order.
are awesome.
Number 1, not in any order, scanners.
Oh, whoops,
Exploding-
I was so excited, I just whacked into
His
my
head
microphone.
almost blew up.
His head
right
almost-
there.
Scanners.
His head almost exploded. Dawn of the Dead, the exploding head.
Oh yeah.
Bridge on the River Kwai.
Yeah,
The Dark Knight, when Joker blows up the hospital.
that was cool.
Mad Max Fury
noisy,
Road,
but cool.
which is everything gets blown up
The
real
whole
good.
two.
yeah.
Speed, Spectre, Apocalypse Now, Planet Terror with the exploding head, and
Right.
Saw 3 with the exploding head.
Right.
So a lot of exploding heads on that one, but there's also some great exploding films for you guys to enjoy.
Fair
There you
enough.
go.
All right, well that's my super fan response for this week, and now it's everybody's favorite time.
It's the Merman Minute.
That is correct. Well, I didn't actually have one originally, but something came to me. So it's classic TV shows that were ruined by making them into crappy feature films.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
I didn't have a topic, but then I read something and it really got my goat.
Got him raging.
The Equalizer, which has already been remade from a classic TV show into a mildly successful franchise starring arguably the second greatest African-American actor of all time.
Who dat?
That'd be Denzel.
Oh, Denzel.
Denzel.
Is now being turned into a TV series starring Queen Latifah.
Oh, Queenie.
Why? Like,
That's not true, is it?
yeah, it is.
Is she the equalizer?
Yes, she is.
She's not the
She
equalizer.
totally is.
Oh my god.
I'm sure she will add her own unique spin to the character, but the last movie was only 2 years ago. And this merely an attempt to level the playing field?
And the second one was really bad.
It was. Or
Yeah.
is the producers, that would be her, actually have something new to add? Though I didn't see the original TV show with the old white guy in it. But Denzel kicked some serious butt in the last two. And
The first one.
Can she do the same? I doubt it. So, like, every time an old TV show that I loved as a kid is brought to life as a crappy film reboot, it just breaks my heart. Like, it really does.
That's fair.
Here's a few examples,
I
recent
love examples.
ones, of shows that I loved as a kid in the 70s and 80s that have been ruined on film. Dukes of Hazzard.
I had such high hopes for that just
I
because Jay
didn't.
Zakar was directing it.
Yeah,
I
no,
love Broken
I
Lizard.
didn't. I knew it would be bad from the beginning. A-Team.
Yeah, that was
All I'm
awful.
going to say is there ain't no A-Team without Mr. T.
I pity the fool who made that movie.
Hey, take my line. I pity the fool who watched this piece of crap. And
Yours is better.
And my next one is Chips. Why, Dak Shepard? Why? Somebody this bad at acting shouldn't be given this much power.
I like Dak Shepard.
He wrote, directed, produced, and starred in this bomb.
Yeah, also Hit and Run, which was actually good.
I had way too many fond memories of the original to even attempt to see this, and people wonder why I don't like Michael Pena.
I love him.
He's awesome.
And Starsky and Hutch. The original TV show is nothing special, at least it had some merits, and a cool car. And the film version
It's still a
had
cool car.
the film version had a cool car.
Fair enough.
And Snoop Dogg.
Sometimes that's enough.
Snoop Dogg, who was easily the best thing about the film.
He's the best thing in everything he's in.
And Charlie's
True.
Angels. Which one? They were all bad. And while I agree that the TV show was not, it was basically a 70s version of Baywatch, at least it was entertaining. Once again, actor given too much producing power. Sorry, Drew Barrymore. Not even going to discuss the last one, which was totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Finally, we had the latest one coming out this year that both of my associates are looking forward to, Fantasy Island.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
The plane, boss. The plane.
Maybe I'm showing my age here, but when I was a kid, I used to watch this and Love Boat to see all the famous guest stars every week who almost never got to be in scenes together. And how could you go wrong with Ricardo Montalban, Hervé Villachez?
You can't.
The Plane, boss, The Plane. Doesn't get any better than that. So, the new one's a horror film with Michael Pena
Yes.
as Hervé Villachez.
Just
High
add it to the
five.
list of reasons why I
Yeah.
want to see it.
High
Sorry,
five.
Mr. Pena, you are no Ricardo Montalban.
And that
That
is
is
the Merman
my
Minute.
minutes.
Nice.
Love it. All right. We're getting ready to close off here. We got our Rage Mondo Meh. And Merz just got he's raging so hard, he's having a tough time.
I am beyond raging.
Love
All right,
it.
here we go.
Let's have it, Mer. Kick it
All
to us,
right,
baby.
This week we got Timothy Oliphant,
Mondo.
Mondo.
Michael Bain.
Apparently he's a dick though, but sorry,
Well,
Michael.
that's what I've heard too.
Yes.
Michael Bain.
Man.
Michael Bean, you mean?
Bean.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
Still.
Bain.
That's a meh.
That's still man.
Edward Furlong.
That's a Mondo.
That's a Mondo.
Timothy Hutton.
Mondo.
Mondo.
Total Mondo. Stanley Tucci.
Mondo.
Mondo.
Wow, a lot of
And
Mondos.
A lot of Mondos. And how about Miss Queen Latifah?
Rage.
Rage.
Definitely Rage. LL Cool J.
Ooh, man.
Common, who is an actor.
Meh.
Meh.
Ice-T.
Mondo.
Mondo.
And Mr. Ice Cube.
Meh.
All right, here we go. I don't know how to say this one. Mark Duplass.
That's good. Mondo.
Mondo.
Blake Lively.
No, we talked about that. Meh.
Meh.
Kate Hudson.
Rage.
Meh.
Yeah. Her mama, Goldie Hawn.
Rage.
Meh.
And Aubrey Plaza.
Mondo.
I'm going to say meh.
Meh.
That's a solid meh round there for
There
me.
you go.
There you go.
Is that
All
it?
right, that's
That's
it.
it.
All right,
Narrowing
well,
down.
thanks everyone for showing up. Got to thank Jeff at Alchemy Studios. Just giving a shout out to Jeffrey. And thanks everyone for listening. Check us out on the social media. We're streaming on Google Play, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Podbean. And then check us out on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Thanks, everyone, and enjoy the week without us. And remember to always rage on.
Rage on.